You didn't talk a lot about regime change and whether there are questions along the line about different methods that might be used for regime change as part of a preventive strategy. I know the U.S. Has done some things it's pretty ashamed of in terms of assassinations of leaders. But I'm beginning to wonder whether your balancing lives might lead in that direction.
Thank you for asking. It is a bold question, and it's come up, which is, we get very anxiety-ridden about putting cruise missiles into people's palaces. The idea of killing them, yet we don't have problems sometimes invading whole countries. Anybody want to? Stephen?
I think this is a really important question if we genuinely care about stopping these abuses. And one point of comparison, Jeff has already heard this story. So during World War II, before the Yalta Conference, Winston Churchill meets with his war cabinet. And they make a decision that he's going to go to Yalta and he's going to propose the following. Identify the top 300 leaders of the Nazi regime, label them publicly as people who will be shot on sight and who, if captured, will not be given a trial but will be summarily executed, subject only to confirmation of identity. So that's what he wants to take to Yalta. And the British firmly believe, the war cabinet believes, this will shorten the war. Because these people will run for cover or their own people will kill them. He may be right or wrong about that, but that's what he believes. He goes to Yalta. He has a preliminary meeting with Roosevelt. Roosevelt says, and according to Churchill's memoirs, Roosevelt says, sounds good to me. The next day, Stalin walks in the door. They sit down. Stalin says, that's a great idea, but it should be 10,000 people, not 300. And I say that because there is a certain logical appeal to the notion that if you just kill the right leaders, you can stop it. But there is the problem of the stopping point. There is the problem of how many then do you have to target to get to that key number, and does your moral responsibility increase as you kill this one and this one? Oh, we got to get that one too and that one. And I'm not talking here about Al-Qaeda or someone at war with you. I'm talking about protecting someone else by getting all the top leaders of the regime. It may be better than war. Better than war and there's troops on the ground. It's possibly true, but just bear in mind the list could be a very long one.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
So that, this is where checks and balances are so incredibly important, because how many people, which people. I can imagine a world, given how fast we've gotten to this one, where you would see a Milosevic or somebody else who, after he's bombed Dubrovnik or after he's had his first ethnic cleansing, you indict him in a court for murder. You then say there's an international warrant out for his arrest. This has to be a multilateral thing. And you can then, if he dies resisting arrest, he dies resisting arrest.